Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and back to Beacon Pines. So last episode, y'all, we were actually on a different path. We were on a path where we wound up running into Gran and Mr. Nuncreed, and we found out that every time that whole big chill came over, it was Gran's fault because she threw some torch down some hole that I guess was supposedly what she thought was the source. And so that was causing the freeze. So that path was done, and we started a new path where we went back to the treehouse where we were confronted by the clipboards and the hyena dude who I don't know why I can't remember that man's name, but the hyena dude, and we were Iggy, and we chose flight. So we flew and somehow ended up here. Because remember with the grand one, we went through the laundry department looking thing, the hole, and it took us through the wormhole, not wormhole. I said wormhole, y'all. Pothole thing. Not pothole. What? Oh my gosh, sewer thing. You know what I'm talking about. So this time we ended up here because we went on the zip line to flee the treehouse and just popped up in the middle of this frozen world, which we met this little thing right here that you can see. I can't really point to it, but you can see it in the picture. Apparently her name was Nat, and we found out from Nat that this whole frozen world is actually the original Beacon Pines, and that the world that we were living in was like a duplicate, but we're trying to figure out how the heck do you make a duplicate of a town, you know? We don't know. We don't know. But Luca had enough. Luca said he was leaving, and then Iggy said he was leaving too. But I think Iggy just wanted to go back home. I don't even know what Luca was trying to do. So I think that's where we left off here. Like, and that's why no one's in the picture but Nat, because everybody kind of went off in their own way. But anyway, so let's pick up again on chapter 6.
The source.
Ooh, the source. Yeah, we closer, y'all. We getting closer.
Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
Hold on. I forgot. I said the audio was too let's try that. Yeah.
He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more.
Oh,
As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies.
That's right. We also remembered that this path was the one where we went into Weeping Wood, and we went to that warehouse, and Rollo ran off, we ran off, and we found out the next morning that Rollo never came home. And then that was when Rollo said, we heard Rollo on the radio. We thought Rollo was telling us to go to the treehouse, but Rollo was really telling us not to go to the treehouse. And we found out that he was captured somewhere. But yeah, so that's this path that we're on.
The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy.
Yep. Oh, Mr. Kerr. That's his name. The hyena dude. Mr. Kerr.
It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
What's that?
Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
Yup, this is where the dad was buried.
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone.
Oops, sorry.
A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
It said a headstone if you didn't see that. I clicked too fast. You're here. Yup, this is his dad's gravestone. I told y'all when we first got here, I was like, I think that's the area. All this time, I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me this slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Is it grand? We gotta hide. Oh. 259K. Fall off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved the whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. Look at everything we left behind. That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo. Here, I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses? Dingus? What is that word? Out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover? Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse is behind, I should stand up for myself. Heck yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. It would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Ooh, locate the sword. We going in. Okay. Sorry. That was funny to me. Uh-oh. It can get awful cold out there in the woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh, shucks. No, that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Alright. Want to make sure nothing else to be seen. Do we try the manhole again, or do we go back to where we were? Nope. So we probably have to find that hole again. The one that Gran was in. Or that one that Gran threw the torch down. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, These are some primo fireworks. Is it primo or primo? I think primo, like primo, you know? So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? That's right. Rolo mentioned that in the very beginning. I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you shouldn't have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under the tree. When I came back for him later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found him and tossed him.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. So they haven't always been a copy, because obviously that whole coop incident couldn't have been but a couple of years, if that old. You know what I'm saying? So that must mean that this... do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're a naughty hero. You're a little brat who was in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. You bold. I wonder, like, am I triggering these radio things, or is it just like by where I'm walking, or would it have always triggered? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Wait, I know that's a source, but I want to see. Nope. Okay, I want to see if the door did anything. I guess it's telling us to check out that source area. We can't go upstairs. I apologize if the wind is too loud. I'll adjust it in editing. Ooh, can we do this? Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Oh. See? This is why you snoop around. This is why. Because you find out little things like this. We got the... You know, I'm wondering, like, have there been any other areas where I did not get the charm? Like, I wonder if I can find out after I'm done if I've missed out on any charms, you know?
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
See, that's the hole that ran through the torching and it done froze the world. Echo! 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 Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. Ah, this is the source. We knew that already, though. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? Ah, Mr. Kerr! Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Her. Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It's really something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happens to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. You aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a little bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Ah! There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Fireworks time. Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop! Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I were to throw these in your precious hole? Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Oh, that was him plucking. Okay. Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Not them backing up like that. Those clipboards are weird.
Sighed into the frigid air.
Just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Duh! Oh, man. Nothing. Oh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh!
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
No!
His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How? What channel do I use? It doesn't make any difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get you out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Wow, can you believe this guy? We got 2 new charms, y'all.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kurt, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh my gosh, you're gonna end it there? Oh no, don't do this to me. Oh, don't make me. Oh, this is Janie the Clue all over again. For those of you who watch my Janie the Clue series, you know what I'm talking about. Oh no. Y'all. Everything in my body is saying refuse. But I'm like, what would Luca do? I think that's what Luca would do. Cause I'm gonna keep going, y'all. I'm gonna go refuse, y'all. I'm gonna do it. It might be the wrong thing, but I'm gonna do it.
No choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
You know what I'm shocked about, though? I'm shocked that they would believe Luca. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Mr. Kerr is in danger, why wouldn't he radio them? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of shocked. Unless they were like, they didn't want to find out if he was lying, you know? Like, it was a setup or something.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face.
I knew we should have accepted it, y'all, but I couldn't.
The end.
I knew it. I couldn't do it, though.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
I knew it, but I said, let's get it over with. Yep, let's get it over with. Okay, well, that's pretty much all we could do. Oh no, what is this? Weep and hum. Oh, so this is the one with Gran. And right before she froze, right before she, I think threw it over or whatever. Oh my gosh, y'all. So we can do hum or switch it. I want to go back to I wanted to see where this takes us. I'm gonna go back to this one right now, y'all, and we're gonna do accept and see what happens. I have to do it.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
But what does that even mean? What have we done? Heck of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should release that back. What? Quickly. Curious. Oh, curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Now until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks make the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Right. It will take them a good while to safely break through that and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has a role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You? Me? Why me? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines.
What?
Pines Harder.
Jenny, the stinking clue all over again. What? No. No. Why? Why? What?
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait.
Yeah, wait.
This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Oh, okay, so that's your choice. Oh, whew. Y'all, they got me. They got me. Okay, they got me. Oh my gosh, they got me. So we have to go back here. I'm going for it, y'all. I'm going for it. Like I'm hype right now. Like I'm like, ooh, tell me more. Okay. So this is where Gran was about to throw the thing in the torch in the hole, and instead of weeping, we're going to hum. Y'all, they got me. They got me real good.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
I don't know what I'm singing or humming. I hear it.
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation. the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out.
Ooh.
A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
You hear it like, y'all probably can't hear it, but I can hear it.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? Only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
What?
Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That what? Huh? That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
What happened? Wow. Yeah, right, Mr. Dungrade? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where'd you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Like, did she go somewhere and age and then came back as Gran? Because that would make sense. Because when they found that thing in the library, it had said that his grandmother had already died. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. What? What happened? You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9.
Ooh, child. Okay. Wow. That's wild, y'all. That is wild. That's wild. I did not see that coming. Normally, I have things in my head that I'm thinking, and sometimes I don't say anything, but that was not one of them. It really wasn't. I thought maybe something was up with her, and she wasn't really his grandmother, which I guess is the case. but I didn't think it's because she was his mom. Wow. Okay. Anyway, oof. All right. Well, that's gonna be the end of this episode, y'all. I am going to continue recording because I actually want to see if I want to try to finish the game on my end by the end of the year, but then like keep on posting until it's done on the channel. But we'll see how that works out. But anyway, y'all. All right. Well, I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. If you see more, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.